solving literal equations for a variable. We are going to solve this equation right here for y. Now realize again, there are two variables here. We want to get the y by itself. That's what this means. So what we basically do, to get y by itself, we first have to get rid of this 3x. That's a positive 3x, so it's kind of weird. But all we're going to do, first put a line down the middle, is we're going to minus 3x to both sides. It's kind of weird. Now, when I minus 3x from both sides, this cancels, leaving me just negative y. Can I combine 7 and negative 3x? No. You cannot combine these. They're different terms. They're not like terms. So what we do is just write them next to each other. You cannot combine them, so it's just 7 minus 3x. Again, I minus the 3x over. I cannot combine, so there we go. Now, you have to first realize there's a 1 in front of here. To get rid of this negative in front of the y, you have to divide by negative 1. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 1. That gives us, the negatives cancel, gives us y. And here, what do you get right here when you divide by negative 1? 7 divided by negative 1 is negative 7. And here, it looks like you get negative 3 divided by negative 1 is positive 3. What I did is I solved the equation for y. Got y by itself. You'll see it. Do another one of these. This one we're going to solve for b. So if we want to get b by itself, we first need to get b by itself, basically. So put a line real quick down the equal sign. I want to get b by itself, so first get rid of this 5. So to get rid of that 5, we minus 5 to both sides. That cancels, leaving us negative 6b. And this combines, but doesn't, wait, can you combine a 3a and a negative 5? No. You can't combine letters and numbers, so we basically end up with 3a minus 5. Now, is b by itself yet? No. So how do you get this negative 6 off the b? You just divide by negative 6. That's gone, leaving me b. And over here, we divide by negative 6. Now, does this divide nice and neat?
Nope.
No. So basically, we're just left with 3a minus 5 over negative 6. So your answer could be two answers. I like to, can I flip-flop this? I'm going to put, I can flip-flop the sides. Because I like to usually have like b equals instead of b over here. So you can either write it as 3a minus 5 over negative 6, or what's 3 divided by negative 6? That's negative 1/2. And negative 5 divided by negative 6 doesn't reduce, but you could write it as 5/6. Either of these answers work for b. B is either of them. I kind of like this one better than this one. Okay. The last one. I want to solve for c, so I want c by itself. Now the problem is, c's over here on the bottom. I don't want it on the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first rewrite the whole thing because you'll see why. To get c off the bottom, can I put a 1 underneath there?
Yes.
Isn't that a proportion?
Yes.
And if I multiply these two, don't you get 4c?
Yes.
And if I multiply these two, don't you get, what's, okay, 1 times 8a plus 2? Is that 1 going to change anything?
No.
that a won't change anything, so we end up with 4c equals 8a plus 2. Okay. Well, how do you get c by itself?
Divide by 4.
You divide both sides by 4. Gone. So c is either 8a plus 2 over 4, or what's 8 divided by 4?
2.
2. And 2 divided by 4 is?
1/2.
Those are both doable answers. Now, for each of these problems, could I have solved the first one for x instead? Yeah. Could I have solved this one for a instead of b?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could I have solved for a instead of c?
Yes.
Yeah. It's all about what you want to solve for. So, this is, you're solving for a variable.